Ladies and gentlemen, I know you love Miggy, but I will do my very best to be an amazing announcer for you this evening. But before we get to any of the amazing matches we have in store for you, I have to introduce our Director of Operations for MPW, Mr. Daniel Moon to the ring.
Welcome once again to beautiful Chatsworth, California, as Millennium Pro Wrestling proudly presents We Are One. My name is Jordan Castle, joined by the one and only DB, Donnie Brooks. And Donnie, what tonight we have in store?
Happy to be here, Jordan. Happy to be here with you. We are coming off the heels of one of the biggest shows of the year.
Chatsworth, California. Thank you for that warm welcome. Now, I usually do more behind the scenes, office, boring work, but today I want to take the opportunity to thank you for making last week one of our biggest shows ever! Hey guys, it's not about last week. It's not about the week before that. It's about this week. It's about every Friday. It's about you. All of you are the lifeblood of MPW. So I want to take this moment to say thank you for devoting your Fridays to Millennium Pro Wrestling. Now, without further ado, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. And I'm going to turn it back over to your ring announcer for the night, Ariel. Thank you so much, sir. Daniel Moon, once again, ladies and gentlemen, give him a hand. So how we get started? Ladies and gentlemen, your opening match is a singles match. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing. She works
Ariel Amin and GM Daniel Moon setting the stage, Donnie, and we're getting right to business. No wasted motion. The national champion is in the building.
And they love him, Jordan.
Of course, captured that championship just last week at the California Classic, unseating Brendan Devine. And here tonight, he hopes to parlay that into championship versus championship victory.
Natty has come back to daddy, Jordan. Look at all these freaky frogs.
It's been for Eddie Rohr, returning to MPW a few months back after becoming a father. Well, we thought perhaps Eddie Rohr was a family man now. Perhaps his days in the MPW ring were done, but if that MPW National Championship has anything to say about it, it couldn't be further from the truth.
Eddie Rohr is far from dying.
From one champion to another, and suffice it to say, polar opposite reactions, Donnie.
I don't blame them. If I never heard this song again a day in my life, it would be too soon, Jordan.
Damn right. Flanked by co-champion Antonio Rivers, by, I guess, the default leader of the Heartless Kings in the Rebel Store. And get the hell away from Mario Amin. There is no need for this.
I don't even think he really needs that eye patch. I've seen it switch eyes, I swear.
I mean, these guys are something else. Fantastic wrestlers, tremendous wrestlers. There's a reason that they're MPW Tag Team Champions. But the attitude, the entitlement that Boa Silva, Antonio Rivers, and Rebel Storm possess, it's sickening, quite frankly, Donnie.
Disgusts me, Jordan.
Well, get out of the ring. All right, Rivers. Thank you. That's your last name. I get it. Not making any friends with the MPW faithful as the bell sounds. We are underway with our opening contest. Champion versus champion action. Who do you got for this one, Donnie?
Eddie Rohr, obviously.
That's a sentimental pick, but I mean, take nothing away from Boa Silva. Not only a tremendous wrestler, but with both Heartless Kings cornering him at ringside.
That is true.
Kick to the gut from Boa here. Again, this is classic Heartless Kings. No sportsmanship, no respect, no road too low for the Constrictor.
And surrounding the ring like a pack of hyenas, like always, are the Rebel Storm and Antonio Rivers.
Eddie Rohr with a slight size advantage, using that size advantage to send Boa Silva into the corner. Sent onto the apron himself. Right to the midsection.
Up and over.
The Freaky Frog taking him for a ride. Big shoulder block.
What could it be?
And another. Oh, we've seen this before, Johnny Brooks. Can he? Can he?
I wasn't even talking, Rebel.
Wasn't saying anything, but the people were. Eddie Rohr was. Oh, come on! Within the official's line of sight.
I know they usually get involved, but they're usually a little bit more careful than to get caught like this.
It's a great point, Donnie, for someone like Rebel Storm who's so used to inserting himself in the Heartless King's business. You think he'd be a little bit more inconspicuous about the damn thing. And credit to Eddie Rohr fighting out the entire trio himself.
Taking on all three of them.
He's not finished. Oh, he says, of course it's not worth it. Now that it's a fair fight, now that Eddie Rohr's not mid-match with his back turned.
A pathetic display from the Heartless Kings.
Turn the mic off. Keep it off.
Take it away from him.
All right, hey, it's not worth it, boys. It's not worth it. We're still champs. We're still champions. You, Eddie Rohr, you're nothing but a fake champion. Pandering to all these snot-nosed brats and the loser Perez.
I don't see a title on Rebel Storm.
And the saddest thing about it, Eddie Rohr, is that you could have joined this. You could have been a part of the Heartless Kings. You could have, no, too late now. Too late. You could have had real friends. But instead, Eddie Rohr, you've got nobody. No friends, no allies, not a single person's got your back.
I wouldn't want friends like them, Jordan.
Even if you did have friends, they wouldn't compare to my friends. My tag champion friends. If you were so lucky to have anyone in your corner, I think my friends would beat them in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
second. Get a camera on the curtain. That is the gifted and talented Ray Rosas. Donnie, a man who's been more than a little involved with national champion Eddie Roar as of late.
I'm sure Rebels boys aren't too happy with their friend now.
You know what? This may sound crazy, but Rebel Storm is right. Eddie Roar, you have no friends. Thank you. You got a brother. And nobody talks to my little baby bro like that. So you know what? I think that Eddie and I take on the two of you for them tag team titles next week.
Rebel did make the offer.
Rebel Storm said it himself.
Straight. The old timer and the freaking frog want a match against the Heartless King Tag Team Champions with 1 week to prepare. Boys, I mean, we accept, absolutely.
Whoa, wait a minute. I just remembered, Eddie and I are going to be busy next week.
Oh, no.
See, Eddie, we are going to be busy celebrating our tag team championship win because we're going to do it tonight.
No better time than the present, Donnie.
And these people are loving the idea. Daniel Moon!
The GM is back.
No backtracking now, Rebel Storm.
Ray, I think that sounds like a great idea.
Here we go.
Okay. So tonight, our national champion Eddie Roar and Ray Rosas challenge for the MPW Tag Team Championship. Alright, and tonight's main event.
We got ourselves a main event, Donnie Brooks. Ray Rosas and Eddie Roar challenge the Heartless Kings for the Tag Team Championships.
And if I'm as lucky as I hope I am, we're only going to have to hear that entrance music one more time tonight.
You know, you talk about Ray Rosas trying to earn the trust of Eddie Roar. Winning tag team gold alongside the Freaky Frog would certainly go a long way in doing just that. Stick with us, more singles action on tap right now. Let's get dangerous, Donnie Brooks.
Angel Verduzco. He may be a newcomer, but trained by MMA legend Josh Barnett.
Josh Barnett, a man who's been seen here in the MPW arena a couple times as a special guest referee for another protege in Royce Isaacs. You have to think his time here in MPW gave the opening for Verduzco. Barnett himself perhaps saying, hey, this is the place to be. Yeah, the MMA expertise. If you want to become the best professional wrestler you can be here in Southern California, Millennium Pro Wrestling is your home.
Very well said, Jordan.
Talk about some of the best pro wrestlers in Southern California. Former MPW champion.
The Short King, Miggy Rose. Angel may have his hands full tonight, but Miggy has no easy task himself.
You know, if you didn't know any better, you might look at this and think it's a mismatch. Miggy Rose is smaller than Verduzco. We've talked about the MMA experience, the pedigree of Verduzco as a student of Josh Barnett. But you don't know Miggy Rose if you hadn't seen what this man is capable of. Championship gold out the wazoo here in MPW. Victories alongside and over some of the best and brightest this company has ever produced. And if there's anyone who knows how to take down a badass like Angel, it's going to be Miggy Rose.
Absolutely, Jordan. And you saw Miggy stroll into the ring. He is one of the most confident human beings I have ever seen. He is very talented, and he knows it.
Singles competition underway. Hopefully this one will get a proper winner, Donnie Brooks.
As long as the Heartless Kings aren't involved.
Once again, big tag team championship main event. Boa Silva, Antonio Rivers defending the tag team titles against the newly formed duo, or I guess reformed duo of Ray Rosas and Eddie Rourke. It's unclear exactly the nature or the security of that relationship.
A reunion tour of sorts.
Waistlock here from Miggy Rose and a takedown from Angel Verduzco. This is not where you want to be if you're Miggy Rose. You don't want to be on the ground. This is Verduzco's territory.
Absolutely. Working that leg. And Miggy Rose.
Around and around we go, taking Verduzco for a ride. In many ways, as we've seen him do countless times here in MPW, using that size disparity, shoulders down here, as an advantage is Miggy Rose. Verduzco go right back to the leg, and Miggy Rose, very, very crafty. Very smart, frankly, to get out of the ring.
Perhaps trying to set up for that Boston Crab he's known for.
You can see Miggy Rose already feeling it. Was only locked in that single leg Boston Crab for a few seconds, that single leg ankle lock, and he's already feeling the effect. It's all it takes, Donnie, just a few seconds.
And the confidence of Angel Verduzco right here.
Saying any day now, Miggy. Miggy's looking to take him down with the waist lock, looking to pin those shoulders down to the canvas. Verduzco just too tall. He's got too big a vertical base here.
I know Miggy Rose has done some wrestling himself in the collegiate style, but Angel Verduzco was 30-1 in his high school record.
And we talk a lot about Josh Burnett, but if you're not familiar with the War Master, first off, how? And secondly, Donnie, enlighten the people of the pedigree of Josh Barnett. Enlighten the people of just what a badass he is. The purveyor of Bloodsport. A man you don't want to mess with.
Absolutely.
Now Miggy Rose, control the neck, shoulders down. No. Miggy again, trying to maintain control of the throat and neck of Angel Verduzco, but Verduzco just too strong. And not only that, Donnie, can find an opening from anywhere and everywhere.
And Miggy Rose is moving with urgency. After that very close pinfall, he knows who he's in the ring with.
Verduzco trying to get those shoulders down. Miggy wisely covering up, trying to keep those shoulders up. St. Clair, best position in the ring. Can hear Verduzco starting to get a little frustrated here. Can't afford to do that against Miggy Rose. Give him an inch, he'll take a mile. Ooh. Collegiate style takedown, and again, Miggy rolling outside of the ring here, Donnie.
But again, Miggy Rose is a Triple Crown champion here in MPW, the longest reigning Millennium Pro Wrestling champion this company has ever seen. He's not to be taken lightly.
Verduzco's just getting one more chance. Gonna give him that opening once again. And for Angel Verduzco, what would it mean to pick up a victory over Miggy Rose, a former Triple Crown champion? As you said, the longest reigning MPW champion in company history.
I believe this is his second match here, the prior being against Royce Isaacs. And if he could get a win over the Short King, he could really cement himself moving forward here in MPW as a true player, as somebody not to be reckoned with.
People telling Miggy he can't do it. Made a career out of proving the people wrong, and well, I'm not sure if he did it, quote unquote, but that's one thing, Donnie. It's one way to get it done.
This isn't collegiate wrestling.
Again, Miggy turning this into a Miggy Rose match. It was clearly failing trying to wrestle an Angel Verduzco match, and now manipulating the digits, in control of Verduzco here.
Verduzco's got to be careful. If Miggy can lock in that double wrist lock, it'll be over.
Again, Miggy, an accomplished submission wrestler in his own right, might not have the catch-as-catch-can pedigree of Angel Verduzco, but he knows how to twist a limb a way it's simply not meant to go. Right back on top of Verduzco here. No, there's that arm bar.
Verduzco's holding on.
Clutching that wrist, doing everything he can to alleviate the pressure here.
If he can break that grip, it'll be bad news for Verduzco.
You see Verduzco moving the fingers back and forth, keeping the blood flow consistent, and Miggy gotta keep those shoulders up. Gotta keep those shoulders up, Verduzco.
He's got that left shoulder up right now. If he gets that down.
A triangle choke of sorts attempted, but Verduzco deadlifts Miggy up into a powerbomb. No! Miggy with a sunset flip. Only a 2. And as Miggy Rose quickens the pace, disaster kick! Donnie Brooks, this is what he's got to do. Cover. No. Got to stick and move if you're Miggy Rose here.
I think I see the focus shifting in his eyes. Maybe he was overlooking Verduzco a little bit, but now he knows what he's dealing with.
He's also sussing Verduzco out again. He's been in there for several minutes. He felt the way Verduzco moves. He felt the way Verduzco wrestles. Little nuances in his game, and Verduzco clearly feeling something on that left arm after the manipulation from Miggy Rose.
Big back elbow.
People rallying behind Verduzco. Again, a relative newcomer to MPW, certainly compared to former Triple Crown champion in Miggy Rose.
Ooh, weak defeat.
And will it be defeat for Angel Verduzco? Leg hooked. No, only a 2.
You see Verduzco holding that left arm.
Again, the manipulation on that rope. Those are hard steel cables, Donnie. You've been in the ring as an official. You know it better than me. That is not a soft, pillowy rope. That does not feel good to have your arm or hand or wrist bent against.
Not at all. But Verduzco's got to maybe try to cover up that fact. If Miggy Rose sees that his offense is effective, he's going to be like a shark seeing blood in the water. Back to that
He's
arm.
smelling good. Cover. Miggy Rose looking for chum here tonight. And much like Verduzco, has got to be careful he doesn't get too cocky, doesn't get too confident. Yes,
he's going
in
for this.
control
He's going
now.
for it.
Verduzco very, very wisely shifting the weight. Again, he knows he's bigger than Miggy Rose. He's exploiting that fact here, Donnie.
And Miggy might not always face somebody who has as much grappling experience as Angel Verduzco. He knows what he has to do to get out of this.
And perhaps that an Achilles heel of Miggy Rose. So used to that arm bar. So used to that submission hold, but perhaps not effective against an MMA practitioner. A ground practitioner, like an Angel Verduzco.
But we can't forget, Miggy Rose could hit that pile driver he's known for at any moment as well.
And perhaps that's the move, try to muscle the big man up. Looking for an Irish whip here. And Miggy right back to those arms, Donnie. Verduzco will not go. He's holding onto that top rope for dear life.
All the way across the ring.
Gotta say, Chatsworth really rallying behind Verduzco here. They see something in this kid, and it's hard to blame the MPW faithful. The heart he's showing here, the fighting spirit he's showing here. Ooh, second to none.
Big clothesline.
Miggy seeing stars here. Cover. No, only a 2.
And you have to think it might be hard for Verduzco to put that full weight on the pinfall with his arm feeling the way it's feeling.
I think that's very smart of Miggy Rose, not only neutralizing it for the armbar, also making it difficult for Angel Verduzco to find chinks in his armor here. Miggy Rose again using that injured arm to his advantage, escapes the suplex. Big flurry of strikes here from Miggy.
Going for one more time.
Going for that disaster kick, but this time Verduzco saw it coming.
Looks like he was holding his knee there.
Belly to belly suplex. Gotta go for the cover here, Donnie. No, only a 2. And perhaps the knee the difference maker here.
But again, hooking that leg with only one arm. If he could get a full grasp with both arms,
again, it's even something as fundamental as a pinfall, as a lateral press. Difficult for Angel Verduzco, but he only needs the one good arm to lift Miggy Rose up. Such strength from Verduzco. Scoop and a slam.
He's stepping it into gear now as Angel Verduzco.
Verduzco now, again, with one arm. One arm to gut wrench Miggy Rose up.
See ya later!
Miggy, though, dangerously close to those ropes. Verduzco has got to get him close to the center. Verduzco now, flurry of forearm shivers. Third time's the charm, but did he clip that arm cover here? No, only a 2. Right back into that single leg Boston Crab you mentioned, Donnie.
Oh, right on the shoulder.
Miggy Rose exploiting that shoulder, playing chess, not checkers here against Verduzco, and it's paying off, Brooks.
He's setting up for it. If he locks this in, Jordan.
Perhaps going for that armbar once again. Verduzco fighting tooth and nail to escape. You gotta agree with the MPW faithful. Miggy Rose looking to maintain his spot.
Back
Verduzco
down.
perhaps about to take his.
Didn't get his shoulder this time.
Single-legged Boston Crab. Nowhere for Miggy Rose to go. What an upset this would be, Donnie.
But how hard can he hold on to that one leg?
Again, just wrenching at that knee. Perhaps trying to roll Miggy back towards the center. Yeah, bring him a little closer. A little farther away from those ropes.
Ooh, right into the turnbuckle.
Face full of steel for Miggy Rose. And now Verduzco again with a takedown.
Again.
Full Boston Crab, perhaps. Yes!
He's in trouble, Jordan.
Miggy Rose perhaps with no choice but to tap.
I bet the Short King was wishing his arms were just a little bit longer right now.
Crawling towards that bottom rope. His only hope of reprieve, and he makes it. You can see the anguish in the face of Angel Verduzco. He only got himself disqualified there. Released the hold of the last possible second. Still arguing with referee St. Clair.
You gotta keep your eye on somebody like Miggy Rose. You can't spend your time arguing with St. Clair.
Case in point. Suckered in by Miggy Rose.
And that could be just the opening that Miggy Rose needs. And climax!
Good night, Verduzco.
That's it. Miggy Rose. Angel Verduzco put up one hell of a fight, Jordan.
Again, quickly ingratiating himself to the MPW faithful in relative short order. And the proof's in the pudding, Donnie. It's hard to agree with the people after taking a former world champion to their limit. Miggy Rose continues to ascend back up towards the top of the ranks after a very impressive showing in the California Classic. Something tells me this is not the last we've seen of young Angel Verduzco.
And hopefully after tonight, he'll realize that if he spends a little less time arguing with the officials, those openings won't be his end.
Singles action on tap. Nina head-to-head with Chuck Mercer.
Man, there's nothing more I hate than a greeny new kid stepping into my home. Angel V, I got your number today. You new kids, man, you think you can come in here, do whatever you want. Let me remind you, this was my 10th year anniversary of pro wrestling. This is my home. So when a greeny new kid steps into my ring and thinks they could get the better of me, I'm not gonna let that slide. And I'm looking at you, Draven Silva. Last week at the Rumble, you eliminated me. You want my respect that badly? You're gonna have to earn it. So next week, I want you in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, next bout is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Brooks is tagged out. The incomparable Chase Mansfield is tagged back in. Chase, welcome to the booth. And I know you were here in attendance last week at the California Classic when we saw, dare I say, I don't think it's hyperbole, the upset of the century with Nina's groundbreaking elimination.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of us thought Chuck Mercer was going to make it to the Final Four, Final Three, Final Two, maybe win the thing since coming back with a hot streak. But instead, Nina put a squelch to that fire real quick.
Since returning to MPW, Chuck Mercer has made it very, very clear he's not here to make friends. He's here to make drinking money. And that's on a good day. Tonight, as you can see, Mercer's pissed.
Oh, yeah. And Jordan, when it comes to Mercer, there are wrestlers here. There are superstars. This man is a fighter, is a brawler. If there is a fight that is started in a bar, you can know that Chuck Mercer is the one who started it. So for Nina, she's coming in and facing someone she really has never faced before. This man is as dangerous as it gets, Castle.
It's a very personal fight for Mercer, not just because of Nina's elimination last week, but because what has really been his crusade since returning to MPW. He feels like the MPW faithful, the MPW locker room has left him in the dust. These fans have embraced newer wrestlers, the next generation, like Nina, like Draven Silvera, and have, in many ways, forgotten about Chuck Mercer.
Oh, absolutely. Chuck's, of course, coming in here, winning that bar time brawl with Danny Devine, but then got a swift upset loss to Draven Silvera. As we know, Draven Silvera very close to Nina, but now Nina taking it to Chuck. Oh, spiking him right in his head to start this match.
Using that athleticism to take Mercer off his feet, and now Nina sent into the corner.
Able to sidestep Mercer.
It's going to be a defensive fight for Nina here tonight, but that's nothing she's not used to.
Now taking him pillar to post to the other corner goes Nina.
And Nina's dealt with big, powerful dudes in the back. She is no stranger to a height disparity, no stranger to a size disparity. In many ways, she's made her MPW career off of just that, Chase.
Oh, yeah. Tonight, she is coming in here and showing out. Only a 2 count there. Already throwing everything she can at Chuck Mercer. And I think Chuck is actually in deep water right now. Maybe might have underestimated Nina to her full potential.
Well, they say an angry fighter is a sloppy fighter. Chuck Mercer, clearly angry as we can tell, and doesn't seem to be behooving him here. Oh, well, commentator's curse perhaps spoke too soon, Mansfield.
Absolutely. Fine on emotion is Chuck Mercer, but working for him there, popping her up and clocking her right in the mouth.
That lackadaisical cover. Chuck Mercer knows he's not going to beat Nina like that. He's not stupid. He's sending a message to her, to the locker room, to the MPW fans. Don't mess with me.
Now just looking to take out the larynx, potentially take out the breath of Nina. If Nina can't breathe, she's not going to be able to hit those high power moves that she usually does, those high flying moves from the top rope.
You know, Chase, wins and losses always tantamount here in Millennium Pro Wrestling. It's always about climbing the rankings. It's always about getting championship opportunities. But for Chuck Mercer, for this particular fight, I don't think it's about winning so much as it is proving a point and hurting Nina just to the ladder there.
Oh, absolutely. The California Classic, Chuck himself felt like he was embarrassed. So tonight, as he said, tonight's going to be an embarrassment for Nina. Not only is he going to win, but he's going to embarrass her in front of her arena, the MPW faithful who love her so much.
They say you can't go home again. Chuck says, if this isn't my home anymore, I'm going to burn it to the ground. But Nina will be damned if she goes quietly into this long night.
Again, Nina throwing 3 punches at Mercer, but only 1 buckles her to the ground. The power advantage goes to Mercer, especially here for the tail of the tape, but I would not count Nina out until it is over.
Nice jawbreaker there by Nina. Staggers Mercer. We're going to take him off his feet.
He's reeling.
Catching Nina in midair, but she escapes. Nina 1 step ahead of Mercer here, but not with the clothesline. Cover.
My goodness, that lariat might have decapitated Nina. Was definitely going to take off her head with that one. And now Chuck's got to regroup. He's got to think, what do I got to do to beat this small powerhouse that is Nina?
Again, Chase, I don't think it's about beating Nina. That right there, that chant from the audience, that is what it's about for Chuck Mercer. Silencing those doubters, silencing those haters, silencing those people that for so many years in MPW, before Nina even lived in this country, were Mercer's fans.
They feel like they've turned their back on Mercer almost, and because they've turned his back on them, he's turning his back on them. And what he's going to do is take out everyone they love. Starting with Danny, wasn't able to take out Draven, but tonight he's hoping to take out Nina, but that slap might have just angered the big man.
Uh-oh. I think the big man's looking to end Nina. His chops only serving to fire him up here, and a European uppercut takes her off her feet.
Cold clocking her, sending her to the ground.
There is something scary.
Big words from Chuck Mercer. You are nothing is what he says.
Telling her she's nothing. There's something scary about the eyes of this guy, man. Lights are on, but nobody's home.
Oh, he's stoic. Very stoic, very dangerous.
Hold on. Nina says you'll always be nothing. How about you eat defeat, Chuck Mercer?
Might have the soul of Nina's boot right on his face, going around. Tilt the world, DDT!
And I think maybe, just maybe, those words from Chuck Mercer had the exact opposite effect, trying to discourage Nina. I think it fired her the hell up.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about lighting a fire under Nina? That's exactly what she needed. Just a little disrespect, and Nina will show you exactly who she is.
Mind might be there, spirit might be there. Can the body follow? It does!
Was a banshee-like shriek from Nina. She understands she's got to kick it in a second gear to take out Chuck.
Double knees.
In the ropes is Nina.
Somebody's got a dirty face.
You want to talk about washing the taste out of his mouth. Nina, looking to set him up potentially for another tilt-a-whirl.
Maybe satellite DDT, and she gets it. Cover here, gotta roll the big man over onto his shoulders. And I think it took just a second too long, Mansfield.
Oh yeah, at the last second, Castle, Chuck was able to get out of it. That might have been all Nina had tonight.
You can see Nina, the gears turning in her head, trying to re-strategize, trying to figure out what's next. And I think she's got an idea. Calling for the end, but Mercer got her up, the hangover!
That might be it, Castle.
No!
My goodness, you want to talk about a chin?
Well, I'll tell you what, there were 3 movies with Zach Galifianakis, but unable to get Chuck Mercer the 3 count here tonight. Oh, man, and if he wasn't pissed before, Mansfield.
Oh, he's pissed now. That was Chuck's ender. We saw him and Danny Devine with that. Almost put Draven Silvera away, but Nina was able to kick out.
Hold on, looking for that Uranagi here. Nina able to escape.
Giving him the elbows is Nina.
Ripcord. Got her up again, thinking hangover 2. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Let me tell you, there ain't going to be a third one, Jordan Castle.
Mercer, hold on, Mercer taking his time.
Oh! Might have backfired.
Crucifix!
She's got it! Roll up from Nina in the win!
They say pride comes before the fall, and Chase Mansfield, never has that been more true than here tonight for Chuck Mercer.
Chuck tried to get Nina's head way too many times, and at the end of the day, it cost him. He's walking out with a loss. Nina walking out with that shock victory, but I don't know if this is the end of Mercer. He looks pissed here. Bad day at the office for the bar-time brawler.
That had her beat with that second hangover, no doubt in my mind about it. Nina taking advantage of that hubris of Chuck Mercer here. Oh, come on!
Oh no, come on, Mercer, it's over!
Get him out of the ring!
No! Right hand with the brass knuckles, Castle!
St. Clair, get him outside of the ring, man.
I mean, I get being angry, but this is not the way to handle
Diego
it.
Valens, the handsome devil! Nina's bestie in the ring to even the odds before things got ugly here, Mansfield.
I want to talk about ugly.
Unbelievable is right.
What this man Chuck Mercer did is downright despicable. This man is a villain in every sense of the word. What do you knock out Nina with the brass knuckles?
Oh boy, Diego Valens chasing Chuck Mercer out of town, but Chase, something tells me this is not the last we've seen between these two.
No, I'm sure Chuck will rear his ugly head once again, and Diego Valens will be there when it happens.
Nina thankfully able to walk out of the ring of her own accord. Up next, more singles action on tap. Former national champion Brendan Devine head-to-head with Roberto Perez.
Ray, I need you to get it together, man. We got a big tag match against the Heartless Kings.
You think I know that?
Besides that, on my mind, is that you are also the #1 contender for my national championship because you beat Yassine. You beat him. So I don't know if I could fully trust you, Ray.
What do you mean you can't trust me? What do you mean? The only reason you have that belt right now is through your sheer determination and will, but also because I took a bullet for you. I took that belt in the back to try to prove to you that you can trust me. And tonight is not about this championship. It's about the tag team titles. It's about showing your little tadpole that you could be Eddie Two Belts. Think about that, all right? Don't think about what's going to happen between us. Let's think about what's going to happen for us. Tag team gold.
Eddie Two Belts.
Yeah.
Wait, no, this is another mind trick, isn't it?
No. I'll see you out there.
Ray!
Arguably the biggest match of this man's young career.
Weighing in at 215 pounds, fighting from the Millennium Wrestling Academy. He has maximum potential.
As we know, Roberto Perez, a student of MWA, the Millennium Wrestling Academy. Again, you can catch him and many other students over at the Student Showcase happening September 6th, right after the anniversary show here at MPW. And as you said, biggest match of this man's career, but he is no slouch to facing Triple Crown champions. This is the 4th MPW Triple Crown champion. As we know, a win already over Diego Valens. If he can get a win over Brendan Devine, this would be the biggest win of Roberto's career.
Much easier said than done on any night, especially after the Friday Brendan had last week. Oh boy.
He looks pissed.
Pissed is an understatement.
And now, Castle, let's go over the Friday that you were talking about that Brendan had. Losing his national championship to Eddie Rohr in a classic. Not only that, losing that California Classic, getting pushed out by said brother, Danny Devine. This man, I mean, if he wasn't pissed before, he's pissed now. This is not a happy Brendan Devine. This is not a Brendan Devine we saw with the national championship. He is stoic, he is violent, and he is ready to take off the head of Roberto Perez.
Yeah, forgive my French, either one of those, losing the national title, be eliminated by Danny in the California Classic. Keep your hands off of Donnie Brooks. He's a tremendous official, a tremendous commentator, and a tremendous person. Signals for the bell here. Any one of those, the elimination from Danny or losing the national championship, would be enough to chap the ass of Brendan Devine. Both on the same night, less than a week ago? I don't feel good for Roberto Perez here. Take nothing away from the young man. I don't feel good for him.
You know, he comes in here touting that he's maximum potential, and I've seen that in many matches that Roberto Perez has had, of course, showing out in the California Classic. But against Brendan Devine, the ace of MPW, a man who has everything to gain and has lost everything, I fear for Roberto Perez's future in professional wrestling.
Pie-facing him here. You know Roberto's not going to take that lightly. I would not rush into this thing. Waistlock here. Brendan with the headlock. You talk about Roberto standing as a graduate of the Millennium Wrestling Academy. We'll see him in action September 6th at the Showcase, and he's worked so hard to be here. I can't tell you how many Friday nights I was behind this booth. This man was running cables, running music, ringing the bell, grabbing gear. He has put his time in and then some to earn opportunities against men like Brendan Devine, aces and pillars of this organization. But you think Brendan cares about any of that? You think Brendan's going to reward hard work here tonight?
Oh, absolutely not. Brendan is not here to reward anyone but himself. As he said, he will go and go and go until the bell rings, and when it does, he will be victorious.
Yeah, something has snapped in Brendan Devine. For so long, the leader of the believers, such a good-natured, positive individual, someone that children looked up to. And now such a far cry from the Brendan Devine we grew to love.
Oh yeah, Roberto tried to bring that power with that shoulder tackle, but instead Brendan, the bigger man out of the two, able to just muscle Perez down, but looking for an arm drag off the springboard.
Libre-style arm drag, sticking and moving is Roberto Perez. A big shoulder block into a cover.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about a signature move from Roberto Perez? There it was, flying through the air. is maximum potential.
Again, Roberto Perez. Such potential here, but Brendan Devine looking to snuff that potential out.
My goodness, hell of a kick from Brendan Devine. Now just decapitating him with that lariat.
And you see almost inner turmoil with Brendan Devine. I'm not sure if this is who he is. I'm not sure if even Brendan Devine fully believes this is who he is at his core, but perhaps it's what he feels like he has to do, Mansfield. This is who he feels like he has to be.
It used to get the job done, this aggression, this violence from Brendan Devine. But as we saw last week, lost him everything. So maybe trying to go back to the drawing board, trying to, deal with his inner demons per se. But again, even when he thinks about going back to being good, Danny Devine is in the back of his mind.
Destined to do this forever, partners and rivals since the womb. And you have to think, when Brendan Devine sees Roberto Perez, and Brendan Devine is cleaning the clock of Roberto Perez, he's not seeing Roberto, he's seeing his brother Danny.
Absolutely, shadows from the past written all over Roberto Perez's face.
Listen, we've seen Brendan and Danny go to war here in MPW more than a few times before. I'm not sure if we've ever seen this version of Brendan Devine, this dangerous, unhinged version of Brendan Devine, but Roberto Perez seems to have found an answer here, Chase.
Oh yeah, giving him the first heaping of chops tonight, and they're hot, but oh my goodness, just smothering him with that.
Oh my God, right to the neck. Basement drop kick into a lateral press. No, only a 2.
Again, trying to take out the equilibrium, potentially take out the spine of Roberto Perez, neutralize the big man so he can't hit those big power moves. Now Brendan, realizing that he's breaking a sweat when it comes to Roberto, really pushing him to his limit, but not happy. He thought it'd be an easy day against the rookie, but the rookie's really taking him to the woodworks right now.
Brendan looking perhaps to make Roberto pay for some of that insubordination, some of that perceived disrespect. And a small package for Perez, looking to steal it, but only a 2.
Very crafty there from Roberto Perez. Now going for another
again. That's what you gotta do, right? You gotta try to steal a victory, plain and simple. Lest you get caught with a big boot like that.
My goodness. Might need to get in for a rhinoplasty after that one. Might have broken the nose of Roberto Perez with a vicious big boot.
Sending Roberto out to the MPW faithful. This is a man in Brendan Devine. You wouldn't know it. Looking and listening to what we're seeing here. Okay, all right. Okay.
Trying to call a match here.
I get it. This is a scary individual, Chase. I don't know, man. I don't know. No one is safe. Referees, commentators, certainly his opponent. No one is safe with this guy.
He feels like the world is out against him, so he is against the world. Doesn't matter if you're a referee, as you said, a commentator, a wrestler especially. He's going to break you down physically and psychologically however he can. Brendan loves pain. It is what drives him these last couple of weeks. And if he can dish it out to every single person he can, whether in the ring or outside, he will.
And much like Chuck Mercer before him, Brendan Devine doesn't care about the next generation. Perhaps trying to resent the next generation. Perhaps trying to bully or haze that next generation.
Doesn't want to feel like he's being phased out. And with people like Draven Silvera, Nina, people like Roberto Perez, he feels like he could potentially be on the cusp of getting out of here with these new talents on the horizon.
Referee Donnie Brooks up to a count of 7. Brendan, again, getting in the official's face.
Donnie has done nothing, Brendan, please.
And you know better than this, Brendan. Come on, man.
Again, hurting the official's not going to get him a win, Castle.
Good way to get yourself disqualified here. I'm not trying to be biased, not trying to ruffle any feathers, but it's just... It makes me sad to see. That's what it is, Chase. It makes me sad to see because I know the caliber of athlete Brendan Devine is. Moreover, I know the caliber of man Brendan Devine has always been to me. And this is not him. This is not the man I knew.
Between these ropes, this man is otherworldly. And oh my God! El Concasso from Roberto Perez cleaning the clock of Brendan Devine.
Out of nowhere, Brendan wasted all his energy on the official and the commentators and the fans. And now Perez is going to steal this one.
Big goodness!
That's it! Go for the cover, Roberto! Make yourself famous, kid!
Knockout blow, but he knows that's not going to take out Danny Devine. He's got to bring everything and more. That's exactly what Roberto's about to do right now. And the ropes.
No!
And like a roadblock. Stopping the car.
Oh my God, curb
Perez.
stomp, curb stomp. Oh my God.
Oh no, that might be it.
I mean, Chase, you said that might be it. Obviously, it was for this singles contest, but that might be it for the career of Roberto Perez. That's a curb stomp, the entire body weight of Brendan Devine on the neck of Roberto Perez.
Roberto is reeling again, showed out tonight, but it just wasn't enough. And especially against the ace, if you don't bring your best, well, he bites back, and that's exactly what we saw.
Danny Devine, gotta be watching this one from the back. He's gotta know that this is just a sample. Oh, come on!
No, come on! Danny Devine has spoken over and over again. He does not like what Brendan Devine has turned into, and now
a friend of the brothers Devine for damn near a decade.
former believer himself.
That's our
Oh,
general
come
manager.
on!
That's our general manager. Come on, man. Uh-oh. Speak of the devil.
Oh, making a beeline to the ring is Danny Devine, wasting no time getting in the face of brother Brendan.
That is Moon's best friend. That is Brendan's brother, but no brotherly love between these two here, Chase.
Believers no more. Only enemies between these two brothers.
You stepped up to me! You want to do it with us? I will whoop your ass like I've always whooped your ass!
Get to the back! Get to the back!
Daniel trying to keep Peacekeeper, and again, it's deeper than just two wrestlers on his roster. These are his friends.
Oh!
Spinning in the face of brother Danny and hightailing it to the back. Forget out of the ring. Get this guy out of the building, Chase.
Just despicable behavior from one half of what was formerly the Brothers Devine. No longer thanks to Brendan and now Danny. But faithful spit from Brendan.
Yeah, brothers in blood and name only. That is not how you treat your brother.
No.
And you heard from Brendan, he feels like he owns the place. That's why he's mouthing off to us and the official and the general manager and the people. He feels like this is his show. Like MPW is his show. Plain and simple, he's drunk with power, Chase.
The two people in this world who should know better than to step up to me is Danny Devine and Daniel Moon. Moon, you put on some suit, you disappear for years, and you just act like you can tell me what's best. You tell me what I should be doing. I'm being portrayed, I'm being looked at like I'm the bad guy. Look at the audiences, look at the people. They're here, they're full. People know about MPW because of the work I put into it. Last year I won that MPW championship for every single believer. Every single one of them. I overcame every single obstacle, including you, Danny. The biggest obstacle I ever had, and now everybody, because the real Devine was gone, everyone decided to latch their rockets to you. I don't know exactly where you think this road ends, but I will tell you for sure, I know. You both get left for dead.
For the second time tonight, the Rebel Storm enters the MPW arena, this time at least for a sanctioned match, and conspicuous in their absence are Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva.
Rebel calling for his boys, but nobody following him in tow. Yeah, the man who is the black sheep of the Heartless Kings, the man.
Weighing at 200 pounds, fighting in sunset blue, representing the Heartless Kings,
As I was saying, Jordan, the man who fancies himself as the leader of the Heartless Kings, making matches apparently tonight, and that is why our main event has the tag team titles on the line. Thanks to this man, and of course, not in tow are those tag team champions.
You got it, pal.
Yep.
This guy's unbelievable, man.
I'm just trying to do my job. I think you're trying to do your job too, Jordan.
Yeah, Rebel Storm makes it increasingly hard. As you said, what was it? Likens himself the leader, fastens himself the leader. I liken myself the leader of the Backstreet Boys. Doesn't matter. You can have Duluth to grandeur all you want. That's exactly what it is for the Rebel Storm.
Oh, and now not only is he wrestler, but also cameraman. Get this guy out of here. What, matchmaker, cameraman, wrestler? Pick a job.
You know, one has to wonder. He claims it's only because they're preparing for their tag team championship main event, but is that really why Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva aren't here beside Rebel Storm, quartering him as they usually are? Or is there perhaps some dissension, some ill feelings because Rebel Storm secured them a tag team championship defense with no preparation?
Listen, if I was in the Heartless Kings position, having to defend my titles on a day where I thought I was just going to have a singles match, a day off for Antonio Rivers, I would be fuming.
Rebel Storm is going to have to go at it alone. Something we haven't seen here in MPW for a very, very long time. The winner of the California Classic has arrived.
Folks, it's Bucio, and together we are Bucio.
Miggy is weighing in the ring, weighing in at 155 grams of pure nugget, fighting out of Paradise City. He is your winner of the 2025 California Classic Championship.
This is the man who will challenge former tag team partner, former best friend in Dustin Jack Daniels on September 6th, the anniversary spectacular. And tonight, looking for momentum, heading into arguably the biggest match of his MPW career.
Oh yeah, Bucio taking a stop to make a side quest by whooping the Rebel Storm and the Heartless Kings before he can get to former best friend and former 2024 Tag Team of the Year partner, Dustin Daniels. For him, it's not only about the title, it's about retribution, it's about getting respect back from a man who stole that respect, not only from him, but from his former tag team, A Full Send.
Bell sounds, and Donnie Brooks with a long night. Drawing the ire of Rebel Storm, drawing the ire of Brendan Devine. Had to do commentary with Jordan Castle. It's a tough night.
Doing a great job is Donnie, trying his best to deal with just the chaos we have here in MPW.
And a minor correction, that is September 5th, the anniversary spectacular, where Bucio will cash in that California Classic victory for an MPW championship opportunity over former best friend Dustin Daniels.
Nothing but love here for Bucio tonight, and
no love lost for the Rebel Storm and the MPW faithful. I'm sorry, does he think the farther turnbuckle is broken? Is that what he said?
I think so. I think he thinks it's a faulty crowd. Only one side works.
Gotcha. Big headlock here from the Rebel Storm. You know, I know we had record attendance last week at the California Classic. The MPW crowds have been growing by the week. They're bigger than ever. They're not that big, Chase.
No. But tonight, they are loud and they are proud. And especially for the man who will be challenging Dustin Daniels in our main event on September 5th, Bucio himself. Ducking under the Rebel Storm, getting that trip.
Bucio in many ways, as he goes for the cover here.
Maestro.
In many ways, a story of someone who was never meant to be. Shoulders down. No. Right? Never meant to make it as a professional wrestler. Never meant to be a tag team champion. Certainly, shoulders down again.
Wow.
Certainly never meant to be an MPW champion. Never meant to fly high the banner of this organization. But that could all change on September 5th, Chase. Cover again.
As we know, Bucio is a 5-time MPW tag champ and a 1-time MPW national champion, never holding the World Championship, which he is going after on September 5th.
Let me ask you though, Chase. Elephant in the room. Who did he hold those tag team titles alongside?
Full send. Only one time was it with Diego Valens, but the other 4 was with Dustin Daniels. And up until a little bit of this year, I believe either February or March, him and Dustin were on the same page, Castle.
Yeah, Dustin Daniels cashing in that naughty or nice contract, blindsiding Bucio, turning that match, that MPW championship match, into a triple threat and betraying his best friend, betraying years of friendship in pursuit of another reign as MPW champion.
Absolutely. Bucio thought it was his night, but instead Dustin was squandering it with his opportunity. And now you can see Dustin is our world champion while Bucio is our #1 contender.
Dustin won that world championship by taking a shortcut, inserting himself in a match, a final hour that he wasn't even supposed to be involved in. And here's the Rebel Storm. Hi, thank you very much. Bucio's doing it the right way, outlasting 19 others to win the Classic!
Potentially
sucker in the Rebel Storm, man, excuse me.
Absolutely, was looking to fly potentially, but now getting into his zen is Bucio.
It's what he's paid to do.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Pay him no mind, Chase Mansfield. Pay him no mind. No, hold on. I believe Rebel's trying to sneak into the ring here.
You think Bucio may be asleep?
No, there's no way.
There it is.
Possum! And a flurry of southpaws here.
Suckered in was Bucio, and now straight into the corner.
Yeah, suckered him into a few sucker punches here, Mansfield.
Oh yeah, looking to get those 10 and. Oh, Donnie stopping him.
Come on! Oh. Official didn't see a damn thing. Eyes full of thumb for Bucio, and Rebel Storm might steal it here.
My goodness, getting a lot of momentum on that discus clothesline, really sending Bucio down to the mat there.
Listen, let's play the hypothetical game here, as much as it pains me, Chase Mansfield. Let's say Rebel Storm is able to defeat Bucio in the middle of the ring here tonight. Terrible thought, I know, but it is indeed able to come to pass.
Bucio, as much as I hate to say it, Jordan Castle, I feel like I'd make him #1 contender.
All right, if Bucio was able to defeat Dustin Daniels on September 5th, absolutely. Rebel Storm, the last man to beat Bucio, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And moreover, for Bucio, we talk about that momentum, that mindset for him heading into that huge blood feud, that huge championship main event at the Anniversary Spectacular. Couple here from Rebel Storm. He can't afford a loss. He can't afford a blemish on his record, especially against the so-called leader of the Heartless Kings.
And I think that's why we saw Bucio go to his zen moment. He's not trying to get emotional. He's trying to win the match and move on, because he knows come September 5th, it's his biggest opportunity. It's his retribution for what happened thanks to Dustin Daniels with that naughty or nice contract. He wants a fair and square shot at that title.
That is if he makes it to the Anniversary Spectacular. Cover. Rebel Storm wants to do everything in his power to make sure that Bucio doesn't. And if he does, wants to make sure he's not 100%.
Absolutely. He wants to take the wind out of his sails, hypothetically, clip the wings of Bucio. Doesn't want him to fly. But again, for the Rebel Storm, you got to think a win like this, not only would it cement yourself as #1 contender potentially if Bucio or Dustin Daniels walks out with that title, but also might get you into contention of really becoming the leader of the Heartless Kings.
Cover.
So we know dissension in the ranks when it comes to the HKs here at MPW.
It's an excellent point. If Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva are frustrated with Rebel Storm right now, if he's MPW champion in a month or two time, they'll have no choice but to fall in line. The power and the prestige that MPW championship brings here in Southern California, it is second to none, Mansfield. Chance of thank you, ref, and Bucio looking to take advantage of the roll-up.
Looking to sneak it. Big boot. Massive big boot. Cleaning the clock of Bucio. My goodness.
No. And if you're Bucio here, Chase, what's the strategy? How do you get out of the clutches of the Rebel Storm as we see here?
Oh, when it comes to the Rebel Storm, he likes to take things to the mat. He likes to really ground it, take it at his own pace. If you're Bucio, you got to bring it up to a 9, maybe a 10. Really surprise the Rebel Storm, bring something he hasn't seen. He's very cerebral.
We've seen this, a fish hook to the mouth of Bucio.
And maybe, I know Bucio is like the underhanded, but sometimes you got to go tit for tat. Rebel Storm able to bring that underhandedness, really giving him the upper hand here in this contest. If Bucio maybe goes underhanded, could work for him too.
Well, no need, taking the high road and escaping the clutches of the Rebel Storm with a heel kick here. But as soon as I say it, knee to the mush. Into a cover, yeah.
You think you'd be paying attention to the match, not what we're saying.
Not the commentator. Seems to be a pattern here tonight, Chase. Not only focusing his attention towards us, focusing his attention towards the people. I mean, listen, Brendan Devine may have been able to win his match with that kind of attitude, but take nothing away from Roberto Perez, excuse me. Rebel Storm, he's not facing a rookie. He's facing the winner of the California Classic. He's facing the #1 contender. He's facing Bucio.
Face first in the mat goes the Rebel Storm, and Bucio now in firm contention, firm standings. Big chop to the chest from Bucio, and now
Hurricane Rana takes the Rebel Storm for a ride. Big spear to the midsection.
Oh yeah, send him to the other turnbuckle is Bucio.
That afro is not cushioning the blow. Nice drop kick into a small package. No, only a 2.
Very smart from Bucio there, hooking the leg as well, trying to make sure Rebel Storm wouldn't get out, and now eating a knee.
Yeah, shining wizard of sorts into a cover, but still only a 2. Again, say whatever you want about the attitude of Rebel Storm, the underhanded tactics, Lord knows we have, and he's yelled at us about it.
Yes,
he is a tremendous professional wrestler. But so is Bucio, Chase.
Oh, absolutely. Rebel able to pick his moments, but so is Bucio. Going to the high rent district and not paying off as Bucio hitting the ground with a crash landing.
Rent just a little too high as Rebel Storm with a goozle looks for the choke slam. Good night, Bucio. No!
Maybe waking up from that knockout, Jordan Castle. Whether it was on instinct or not, Bucio keeping this match very much alive.
And you can see the Rebel Storm getting frustrated here. He thought that choke slam was in it. In fact, I think he thought several offensive maneuvers in a row have been it, and somehow Bucio's finding a way to get that shoulder up. He's unhinged here, Mansfield.
Oh, yeah. Just vicious with those headbutts, going ground and pound. Turn into a hockey fight, is it right now, Castle?
That's great.
A lot of pandering to the crowd from Rebel. Again, firmly not on their side. I gotta ask you, Jordan, is this a smart move from Rebel, especially against someone like Bucio?
A snot rocket, perhaps thinking leg drop. It wasn't smart, but Bucio still so battered, still so broken down. Rebel Storm able to land that leg drop and looking to go thunderstruck, but Bucio fries him!
Oh my goodness! Talk about turning around is Bucio.
Like a funnel cake at a town fair, fries him, and now
delivering him a gift from above.
He got him! Rebel Storm pulled out every dirty trick in the books, but ultimately Chase Mansfield, that placating towards us, that pandering towards Austin. And Bucio, one victory richer, en route to September 5th and the anniversary spectacular against Dustin Daniels.
You know, if you hear that, Castle, but MPW's Judas is about to walk through the curtain.
Boy.
MPW champion Dustin Daniels making his presence felt.
The man who threw everything away. Tag Team Championship reigns, friendship, dare I say, brotherhood with Bucio. All in pursuit of regaining that MPW Championship.
Took you long enough. Look, in the ring, it's the resilient. The man that's tougher than a $2 steak. The man that kicks out of everything. The man that is the most resilient person on Millennium Pro Wrestling. Bucio, I figured you probably would have been my first defense, but no. It took you this long to get to me?
Good things are worth waiting for!
Tell him, Liz.
You know what? That is a good point. Good things are worth waiting for. I was thinking about it, and well, September 5th, the anniversary spectacular. Might as well call that the Full Send Show. When you think about it, you and I have been interlocked in the anniversary show for the past 5 years. Whether it's tag title matches, whether it's you being by my side when I won this for the very first time, or whether it was when I sent you out of town. The anniversary show is our show, and we're finally capping this damn thing off in the main event. Thinking back on the history, though, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, I could admit. One of them is reinstating you back into MPW when I kicked your ass out of town. Another mistake, too, was getting the band back together when I lost this MPW championship. You, sir, are a big waste of time.
How dare you!
You guys are Bucio? Doesn't shock me at all. You're just like him. Out of shape, scrawny, you got abs because you're skinny, and you, sir, are a junkie. Yeah, you sure get high all the time. I know that for sure. The reason why we've lost every single tag title match, who ate the pin? Your high ass. I've always been the star of Full Send. I always knew it. These people knew it. These three letters are my letters. Those 3 letters are sacred to me. We are building something here in Millennium Pro Wrestling, and I'm the one that's leading it. The reason why we have full houses every single damn week is because of me. These people come to see the champion, and I am the damn champion. I made a promise when I won back this MPW championship that I would never lose it again. Bucio, the only way you can take this MPW championship from me
is if you put a gun to my forehead and pull the trigger. That's how serious this is. I am the champion. This is my life. This is my life's work. I've been here since I was 14 years old, and I'm here building something, and I'm not gonna let you ruin this. This is all just a fairy tale for you. This whole thing has been a fairy tale of luck. Earlier this year, you won the Millennium Cup Series for a second year in a row. Last week, you won the California Classic Rumble. And now, you finally got your main event at the biggest show of the year for the biggest prize in all of Southern California. Bucio, September 5th is the biggest night of your life. September 5th is just another Friday for me. But I'm gonna make it fun. I'm gonna make it the worst night of your life. I'm gonna torture you. I'm gonna even make you bleed if I need you to. This is my show, and you ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. Because on September 5th, you're stepping in the ring with the youngest vet in the game, and I'm gonna leave your ass on the rocks! You wanna go right now? You wanna go right now? You wanna go right now? You wanna do this right now? Oh, I'm an impatient person anyways, I ain't waiting.
Oh my God! Oh no! We don't need to wait for September 5th of the anniversary spectacular!
Oh, thank you, Daniel Moon!
Whoa, guys. I will not have this show go off the rails. So, you will get your opportunity to hurt each other. You will get your opportunity to wrestle each other. But as a matter of fact, I got an idea. Next week is gonna be Pick Your Poison. Bucio picks an opponent for Dustin, and Dustin picks an opponent for Bucio. Let him know, champ.
This is an easy pick. You know, you're not the only tag team partner I've had.
No.
I'm a 5-time tag team champion. 4 of those reigns were with you. And the other reign was with the man that I wish you were something like. If you were like this man, Full Send could have been unstoppable. Bucio, next week, your opponent is Brendan Devine.
Oh my God.
No.
This version,
Your turn, Bucio.
this version of Brendan Devine.
Well, today's my lucky day. Cause I've been waiting to get my hands on Brendan, baby. I've been waiting a long time. I haven't forgotten what he's done to me. And you and Brendan are similar. You guys are really alike, so. It'll be a nice step in the right direction. However, I know you so much, Dustin. I know you a lot. I know you better than 99% of the locker room back there. But there's one guy who knows me and you better than anyone else on this scene. You know, he's already handled Royce. I need someone who's taught him everything he knows. And to me, that's the real king of MPW, Danny Devine. How's that for poison?
Well, it's official, Chase Mansfield. Champion and challenger one-on-one with the Brothers Divine next week. It is Pick Your Poison, with all roads leading towards the anniversary spectacular September 5th, right back here in Chatsworth.
Couple of roadblocks standing in front of our main event opponents. Dustin taking on Danny, while Bucio unfortunately has to take on a pissed Brendan Divine. Hopefully, both are able to make it into our main event September 5th for that MPW Championship.
As if it wasn't before, Dustin continues to up the ante, continues to make this very, very personal. But Chase, we ain't done. We got one more in the chamber.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to wrestle!
Gotta be trademarked. You know, Chase, it is rare to have an unadvertised match here at Millennium Pro Wrestling. Rarer still is an unadvertised main event, but this one coming together when the Rebel Storm, plain and simple, does what he does best. He spoiled our opening contest.
Oh, that's for sure. Rebel spoiling the match between Eddie Roar and Boa Silva, leading to this impromptu tag team match in our main event. Tag team titles up for grabs as the Heartless Kings go against the unlikely team, the reunited team of Ray Rosas and our national champion, Eddie Roar. And for Eddie Roar, what we thought was going to be a title culmination was squandered by the Heartless Kings tonight. He has the opportunity, Jordan Castle, to walk out as double champion.
But remember the man, he is looking to do it alongside his quote-unquote older brother, in the words of Ray Rosas. These two were tag team partners before. They were a member of a very popular and decorated stable here in MPW alongside Maximilian Montclair, called Ray America, also known as the Ray Republican Party. And suffice it to say, things did not end sweetly between Rosas and Roar, so one has to think still some unresolved tension between the two.
Oh, absolutely, Castle. And I gotta ask you, there was a lot of tension between Ray America. All three men ended up splitting up, and I gotta ask you, there was one piece of gold that was the catalyst for that group, and what was it?
It was the national championship. And of course, Eddie Roar holding that national championship, defeating Brendan Divine last week at the California Classic. I don't like to point fingers. Is there any part of Ray Rosas that is maybe looking to get closer to that national championship?
Well, I hate to break it to you, Jordan Castle, but Ray Rosas is the #1 contender for the national championship. So not only do we have challenger and champion looking to take those tag team titles, we have two men who don't see eye to eye. While Eddie Roar might thank Ray Rosas for helping him get that title, he understands that this man is working over his shoulder and wants that gold around his waist instead.
Listen, Eddie Roar is as smart as he is freaky. Yes, he wants revenge against the Heartless Kings. Yes, you never pass up an opportunity at becoming MPW Tag Team Champion. But Eddie Roar is wise to keep eyes in the back of his head with Ray Rosas, former Ray America leader, current tag team partner, and future #1 contender to that national championship.
Looking to become Eddie Two Belts tonight is Eddie Roar, the freakiest frog here at MPW. Can the national champion do it? Or will Ray Rosas be the thorn in Eddie Roar's side tonight?
The big game hunter hunting for some gold, but you know, we talked about the dissension potentially between Ray Rosas and Eddie Roar, their past as members of Ray America, their future as rivals and opponents over that national championship. No dissension between these men, at least not between one another. Rebel Storm may be a different story.
Oh, you were talking about Rebel Storm and company and his boys to the outside and... Oh.
They don't want him.
He said, you need me. No, they don't. Get to the back, Rebel.
You know, we speculated earlier that maybe Rebel Storm was being a little presumptuous, saying, oh, Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva, they're just not out here because they're preparing for their big tag team title main event. I think as we just saw, that couldn't be further from the truth. These two are angry at the Rebel Storm.
Infighting galore in the Heartless Kings, dissension in the ranks. These men do not get along. When it comes to Boa Silva and Antonio Rivers, they are a well-oiled machine, beating anyone and everyone here at MPW. But again, I don't think they ever thought they would be going against Ray Rosas and Eddie Rohr for these tag team titles. And maybe next week, but certainly not tonight in our main event.
We throw it to Ariel Amin for the official in-ring introductions for our main event.
What happens when a frog meets a boa? Also not freaky.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is a tag team match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Millennium Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Your referee for this contest, Mr. St. Clair. Introducing first, to my right, the challengers, the team of the righteous Ray Rosas, and your Millennium Pro Wrestling National Champion, Eddie Rohr. Together, they are Infinity Amphibians. And their opponents, to my left, fighting out of San Diego, California, weighing in at 350 crowns, they are the reigning, defending Millennium Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the team of Boa, the Constrictor Silva, and the Solution, Antonio Rivers. They are the Heartless
Main event time here at We Are One. And the Heartless Kings, as is typical, with a sneak attack to Rosas and Rohr, but they saw it coming here, Mansfield.
Oh yeah, Ray Rosas and Eddie Rohr able to turn it around in quick succession, and now taking it to Rivers due to that blind side, slamming him down emphatically.
Listen, Ray Rosas and Eddie Rohr may not have teamed here at MPW in a very long while, coming from Rosas. But when they were a trio, when they were a faction alongside Maximilian Monclair, to whom we send our very best after that nasty assault post-match from MPW champion Dustin Jack Daniels. They were one hell of a unit, Chase.
Well-oiled machine. They were picking up wins left, right, and center. And tonight, they're hoping to do just the same, as even broken the back of Antonio Rivers with that backbreaker.
Speaking of center, backbreaker in the center of the ring here from Rosas. Keeping Rivers in the corner, or at least trying to, but Rivers wriggles out of dodge and tags in Boa Silva. We are back to our opening contest, Mansfield. Feel like I'm seeing double.
Oh, yes, we are. And Eddie Rohr, Sling Blade, taking it to the Constrictor. Looking to potentially tie him up tonight.
Big elbow from Eddie into a cover. Only a 2. Eddie Rohr looking to become MPW Tag Team Champion on top of his already standing reign as MPW National Champion. Again, I hate to play devil's advocate. I hate to doubt Ray Rosas here, look for ulterior motives, but do you think, Mansfield, that there's any sort of part of Ray Rosas that's maybe trying to fill the plate of Eddie Roar, distract him with those tag titles to better open up the opportunity for Rosas to capture national title gold?
You know, Castle, as much as I want to say Rosas is in this only for Eddie and for him, he's very much also in it for that national championship. And if he can get front row center seats to see just how Eddie does his business, I mean, there's no better seat for Ray Rosas. This is his wheelhouse. And not only that, but if he can lure Eddie Roar into a false sense of security, could potentially take that national title off him very quickly.
That is the prerogative of Ray Rosas, but if they have any hope of unseating the Heartless Kings, Rebel Storm or otherwise, they have to keep their eyes and their minds focused on tonight. They can't look forward to that inevitable MPW National Championship match. They have to be laser focused on Silva and Rivers here, lest you get caught with a big kick from the Constrictor.
Oh yeah, Rivers now tagging in the solution to the Heartless Kings' problems as both of them are looking, to take Eddie to the woodwork for those slaps.
Mansfield, I know you yourself are a San Diego native. What is it that makes Rivers and Silva such a dangerous tag team? Hold on. Silva set outside the ring. Rivers caught with an enziguri. Whatever it is, Roar and Rosas seem to have found an answer. Roll up here. Only a 2.
As I was going to say, Jordan Castle, when it comes to the Heartless Kings in San Diego, they have a no-nonsense style, a smother approach. Keep on your opponent. Don't give them an ounce of breath. And that's exactly what Rivers is going to try to do on his own.
No, hold on. A little bit of friendly fire here between Rosas and Roar, courtesy of Antonio Rivers. I'm not sure if Eddie saw the push from Antonio there.
I don't believe so, but ever the cunning technician is Antonio Rivers, realizing that he has to use that dissension in the ranks between those two, but to potentially keep those titles around his waist.
Another enziguri here, nobody home, and Silva sweeps the legs.
Nasty landing from Ray Rosas there.
Shin right on the apron. And as if the face weren't neutralized enough, PK from Rivers, caught in the back by Silva. The tide has turned, and it's turned in the favor of the Heartless Kings here, Mansfield.
Oh yeah, a little meat in the middle combination into a rolling drop kick.
Cover. And a kick out. Again, as someone intimately familiar with Rivers and Silva, with this iteration of the Heartless Kings, what do Rosas and Roar have to do if they have any hope of unseating the Heartless Kings here tonight?
Cut down the challengers. Again, they are going to use tag team maneuvers to their, as you can see, to their benefit tonight. If I am Ray Rosas, if I'm Eddie Roar, I'm making sure I keep either Boa Silva or Antonio Rivers in my corner. Don't let them get to the other man. Don't let them bring that high-octane offense to this tag team title opportunity. If I'm Ray Rosas, I'm Eddie Roar, I'm cutting him off at the middle.
That's exactly what Silva is doing, keeping Rosas as far away from his corner as possible. And lest we forget, Eddie Roar originally anticipating a singles match here tonight. That is a very different beast than a tag team encounter. Sure, same could be said about Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva, but I mean, they're used to tag team wrestling. They're tag team champions. In many ways, this benefits Silva much more than his originally scheduled singles contest.
Oh, absolutely. Eddie Roar and Ray Rosas might be in deep water right now.
Cover.
And my goodness, are these sharks in the Heartless Kings circling. They smell blood in the water, and they are going to exploit these two to their fullest extent. You want to come after our tag team titles? Well, think again.
Rosas and Roar gonna need a little bit of a bigger boat here tonight if they have any hope of unseating the tag team champions, but wheeled onwards by the MPW faithful. Rosas back up to his feet, escapes the clutches of Silva. A little misdirection here, but not enough as the drop kick lands the mark.
The enlightened one eating a drop kick from the heavens right there.
No.
Only a 2 count. And again, if I'm Ray Rosas, Jordan Castle, I'm trying to get to my corner. I'm trying to tag in the national champion, the man who understands what it's like to take on the Heartless Kings. Not only this iteration, but all iterations.
Yeah, trying is all he's going to be doing, especially with the Heartless Kings working in tandem as we see here. You have to think if the Heartless Kings are victorious tonight, after Rebel Storm's earlier loss to Bucio, do they even need the Rebel Storm? Cover here from Antonio Rivers. Or do we perhaps see these two work as a tag team? No Storm necessary.
I think tonight if they're able to get the win, they want to prove tonight Storm isn't necessary, J2 isn't necessary, Jeremiah Fresh isn't necessary. They can do it on their own.
And they're well on their way here. Rosas in the wrong part of town, and there you see frequent tags between Silva and Rivers. The name of the game in tag team wrestling, keeping each other fresh and using that 5 count allotted generously, I should say. For St. Clair! But just like that, the momentum turns. Huge moonsault from Rosas.
My goodness, and the Freaky Frog looking to freak it up here at the Millennium Pro Wrestling Arena. Can Ray Rosas make it to the corner of Eddie Roar?
Yes, he can! Shoulder block, and another, as Eddie Roar looks to finish what he started. No Rebel Storm in sight. Hey, Mansfield, question for you. What can you do?
Well, I'll tell you right now, you can't freak him. Oh, gets it all on that splash. No. Keeping that tag team title reign alive is Boa Silva.
Listen, this is prime real estate for Eddie Roar. Antonio Rivers is down. He is damn near out. Roar's got to capitalize and do what he hoped to do in our opening contest against Silva, but the constrictor lands on his feet, sends Rivers against the ropes of AIDS.
Potentially look for that blue thunderbomb.
New tag team champions, but Silva saves the match for the Heartless Kings.
A little bit of a low shotgun drop kick there from Rivers.
Rivers, excuse me. Now educated feet again, put to good use here against Ray Rosas, turning it inside out.
Beautiful X-Plex from Rivers. My goodness, pulling out things we haven't seen in weeks from him.
You gotta think if Rivers and Silva are able to retain the tag team titles here, whoever gets the pin on Eddie Roar, or Ray Rosas, if he captures the title from Eddie Roar, perhaps nets themselves #1 contendership. And this might be it here, Mansfield.
Spiking in with the cross, Rivers, realizing Bo is the legal opponent. Get that cover.
No. And that momentary hesitation on the correct cover. Rivers going for it, realizing it was Silva, and then giving Boa the opening. That cost the Heartless Kings.
Boa calling for the end, getting angry, realizing they really got to bring out the big guns to take out the national champ.
The people say you can't beat him. Heartless Kings looking to prove them wrong, but Ray Rosas saving his partner the same way he did last week at the California Classic. Sacrificed himself then, did the same here.
Malfunction at the junction, and now tandem offense.
Cover! New tag team, no!
I think you thought they had it won. I thought they had it won. Ray Rosas for sure thought they had it won. But those tag team titles, 10 pounds of glory, stay on the waist of the Heartless Kings. But I got to ask you, with this much offense already taken, how much do the Kings have left to keep those titles in tandem with the Heartless Kings?
Enough for Boa Silva to sweep the leg of Ray Rosas, catch Eddie Roar throat first on that top rope. And now Silva tagged in the legal man once again. Going for tandem offense, but a little miscommunication here leaves the opening for the sharpshooter. And Rosas
had it scouted, was able to stop him. Rings of Saturn.
We got double submissions in the center of the ring. Are we going to see new tag team champions?
Jordan Castle, can they do it? Can they get the tap?
Not quite yet. Heartless Kings able to escape it again. Friendly fire. This time Roar to Rosas.
Don't think Rosas saw that one. Step up Enziguri from Boa Silva.
And this is classic Heartless Kings. This is how they won the tag team titles. This is how they retain the tag team titles. And I think this is how they're going to retain the tag team titles. No!
Was able to duck it under. Oh no! Was looking for that double stomp.
Nearly clipped himself on the ceiling there. Did clip himself on the elbow, but got clipped by the boot. And now, pump handle. Excuse me, fireman's carry.
Looking to take both. Superman strength from Ray Rosas.
Look at the power. Both tag team champions on his shoulders.
There it is. Freaky Frog. AA. Can they get it? New champs. Yes!
Roar and Rosas victorious. Mentor in full effect. The Infinity Amphibians are your MPW Tag Team Champions.
We are now looking at not only the freakiest national champion we've ever had, but the freakiest tag team champion, as Eddie Roar is now Eddie Two Belts here at the MPW Arena to cap off our main event.
On another Friday night here in Chatsworth, not too far down the line, we will see Ray Rosas challenge Eddie Roar for that MPW National Championship. But tonight, they stand tall on top of the world. Rosas and Roar with the gold. Chase Mansfield, what a night it's been. When this evening began, when we got kicked off, we didn't even know we had a tag team championship match. Now, we have new tag team champions. Expect the unexpected here at Millennium Pro Wrestling.
Oh yeah, when it comes to the MPW Arena, when it comes to every week here in Chatsworth, anything is possible. Turn around, Eddie Roar. And there it is. Stop the hug from last week, only extended the hand, but tonight, hugging each other, as not only does he take that national championship home, but the tag team titles.
Opponents in the future, but tag team champions now. All roads lead towards September 5th and the anniversary spectacular. Until then, for Donnie Brooks and Chase Mansfield, my name is Jordan Castle. This has been MPW's We Are One. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Boys, what happened out there? What happened? What happened is your big mouth got us in a tag team championship match, and we lost our tag team belts. It was supposed to be my night off, and Bull was just supposed to have a singles match, but you ruined it for us. Okay, all right, calm down, okay? Just relax. You should have had me out there. You shouldn't have pushed me out. And that's okay. It's all right. Rest assured, we will be MPW tag team champions.
Whoa! What is this we were talking about? Me and Rivers were the tag champ. We ran the tag division. And you were number 20 in the classic, and you couldn't get it done.
I'm gonna let it slide tonight, boys. All right? Both of you are gonna go home, and you're gonna sleep this off. And the next time we come to MPW, we're gonna bring it up with Fresh. He's gonna know what to do, and he'll set things straight. All right? Am I clear?
Are you clear?
Yeah.
You know what? Enough out of you. We'll talk to Fresh next week.
Yeah, we will talk to Fresh. Is this thing still on, huh? Turn it off!